Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel. Sunday night streams back for you lot. So we are back tonight with round 3 of the P1RC's Gr3 League. We are live tonight from Fuji International Speedway for a 40-minute race for you lot. 50-minute quali, and then we get underway with this 40-minute endurance, like I say. So we'll see how we get on. I'll read points out as we go through the qualifying. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Let's just get rid of that because you don't want to be seeing that. That's Thursday scores. Sorry, Wednesday scores. Merch still available, people. Tickers and t-shirts. I've done it again. Got my words all messed up. Look, I can't even speak tonight. What's going on? Stickers and t-shirts, people. Right. Flipping it. Right. Into the stream. Let's have a quick look who's in. So, qualifying not quite underway yet. So we've got Mocking Weeks, we've got Pilgrim, we've got Raffo, we've got Dodgy, Rick to Continue, as a Timber Snake, apologies. P1 Dylan, we've got Ricky J 1800, P1 Rob S91, Manny Afik, Obi-Wan, and P1 Don. Did I just see Steve Stones in here? Is he joining? Is he racing? Steve Stones? I don't know, I'm sure he's more than welcome. Dizzy's left the room. Where have you gone, Diz? Probably got the wrong car, have you? Something. So, just before qualifying starts, let's go and have a quick look at race settings. So, we've got tyre wear ×3 and fuel depletion at ×2. Mechanical damages on heavy, so it does mean a trip to the pits if they get it all wrong. Fuji's not really renowned for massive incidents, but you never know. Slipstream reel boost is off, good. Balance of power is on, so no tuning in this league. Any choice of tyre between hards and softs. Dizzy's back in the room. Yeah, not quite sure yet if Steve Stones is racing. He was in the lobby. I think he's still in the lobby. Let me waffle some scores out to you lot. Where's that going to be? In there, and then in there. So, after round 2 last week at Brands Hatch, P1 Dylan still leading the way. 2 wins. He's got 45 points on board. Plus, he's got 2 fastest laps and a pole by the looks of it. Or 2 poles and a fastest lap, one of the 2. We've got Obi-Wan sitting in second. He's got 33 points. As a Timber Snake, he's got 29 points on the board for third. Mocking Weeks at fourth with 28 points. Fifth for Don, he's on 23 points. Raffo is in sixth. I had to get that right. 18 points for him. Seventh for Manny. He's joint with Rob S on 16 points then, so joint 9th for those 2. 11th place for Rick, he's in 12, joint with Pilgrim, also on 12 points. Vicar, who I don't think anyone knew who he was last week, but he raced. 8 points for him, and he's alongside Reg GT, also on 8 points, so joint 13 for those 2. 15th for Winnie, he's on 7 points. P1 Dodgy is 16th with 6 points. Kamikaze Fox, 4 points. Ricky J has got 18, sorry, in 4 points as well. So I think we've got a few standing drivers and things like that, hence more drivers than lobby spaces. So can Dylan keep up the good work? Can he stay at the front and win another one tonight? Is he even in the room? Yes, he is. P1 Dylan. Right, so 10-minute quali. Being, I thought it was 15, but it's 10. Oh, what am I doing? What? You're in violation. I'm not trying to join the race. Stop it. Stop it. Press the right button, you donut. Here we go then. Out on the outlaps we go. Let's jump on board with one of these. Oi. I said no. Let's turn the usual nonsense on for you lot. Evening watchers, three new subscribers in the last couple of days as well. No idea who you are, but thank you very much. Whoa, drivers going wide through the hairpin. Those cold tyres catching a few drivers out. Alright, let's get ourselves up to, where are we? Azza Timberlake. So he is first man out on track. He will be the first man to put in a hot lap, so we'll go on board with him. Great big long start finish straight here at Fuji. May see one or two positions change. If you can get a good exit out of that final turn and then get a good drive out. Go for the slipstream and the overtake down here, making sure to get it right through turn one, which dips away actually. You may see one or two drivers run out wide onto that AstroTurf. If you do that, you've got a good possibility of spinning around. So through turn one, then down towards turn two. Again, tricky one. We've got to catch as much of that apex as possible. You can see, whoa, Azza struggling to keep it on track. Through this long sweeping left-hander, does tighten up slightly on the way out. Then heads down to what is commonly known as the hairpin, but it's not really. Catches a big handful of apex through there. Runs it out wide on the way out. Through the little kink right, down the hill. Towards this tricky little section with the chicane in it. So hard on the brakes, through the right, hang it all the way round, through the left, again through the right. This section, a lot of this section very off camber. You can see cars not wanting to grip through there. This corner is exactly the same as well, just pushing Azza wide through here. Careful not to spin up the rears through the exit of that turn. And into this final turn. Stick with him and see what kind of lap time he puts in. It will be the first of the hot ones. Back onto this start finish straight then. What have you put in, Mr. Azza? There it is, 1:37.6 so far. Obi-Wan, he's put himself a 1:38.0 in the Subaru. Jag for Azza. So Obi on that 1:38.0. Then Raffo, he's crossed the line, put himself a 1:38.9 in. He was third, but Dylan's just come through. Current championship leader in the Audi and gone, thank you. I'm having that 1:37.3. Thank you very much. 0.3 of a second quicker than Azza. Mockin Weeks also going quicker than he. Chucked himself into third, 1:37.7 for Mockin. Pushed down to fourth now. I'm going to go to Diz. There's Dizzy just crossed the line with a 1:38.3 for fifth. Raffo in sixth in the Peugeot, 1:38.9. Manny seventh at 1:39.1 in the Porsche. Rick 2. Subaru as well for him, 1:39.1 for Rick. Sitting in eighth. Rob S ninth in another Jag, 1:39.3. In a Mercedes, 10th position at the minute, 1:39.9. Don in a great big heavy Corvette, 1:40.2. sitting in 11th. Dodgy in 12th, 140.3. And Ricky J currently at the back of the pack. No hot lap on board at the minute. Also driving the vet. Can anyone stop the surge of P1 Dylan? 2 wins, poles, fastest laps. He's looking for all the points every week is Dylan. So tyre wear won't be that brutal, but we'll see what they have to do strategy-wise. He's just sticking a fresh set on. So for these super softs. Letting other drivers come through while they're on hot laps. There is Dizzy going through. Mockinweek slots back out of those pits then. Still in that 3rd position. So can anyone touch Dylan? Azar, where are you? Final turn to go. What sort of time we're looking at the minute? 120. We'll see. Bit of pink and purple on Azar's car usually helps. Long way down this start-finish straight though. What's he going to put in? 137, it's his quickest, but it's not quick enough to take that pole yet. 137.6. So not even a full 10th quicker than his last fast lap, but oh, it's not the way to get the fast ones in, Dylan. Into the pits he comes though, by the looks of it. Fresh set of tyres on. As stopping out on those semi-worn softs. Mockinweek still holding that 3rd, going for a faster lap though. He's out lap this time, but he has got a set of super softs on board. Obi-Wan in 4th then, 137.9. There is that tricky little hairpin. Just kicking up some dust on the way out of there. Also coming into the pits out of that 5th place, get some fresh tyres on. Don got slightly quicker, 138.6, drops himself into 6th position. Rob S pulled over, looks quite content with his 136.6, a couple of minutes left of quali. Raffo 138.9 for that lap 2, still out on track, still pushing. Manny as well, 139.1 lap 2. Another 139 there, lap 2 for Rick 2. And Ricky J 139.9, just going the quickest then, lap 3. Pilgrim 139.9 in 12th. Dodgy in the pits. Looks like he's sitting the end of qualifying out as well. So Dylan on an out lap. Azar on an out lap now. What have you got, Mockin? A couple of turns to go. A little bit slow this lap, to be honest. What is it? 134, 35, 36. Yeah, looks like a slow one, this one. 138.4, yeah, he's got it wrong somewhere through there. Still opportunities to go again. So Dizzy also out on a fresh set of tyres. Rob parked up, Raffo still having a go. J into the pits. Tyres are leaning up, not too bad. Dodgy also in the pits. Can anyone unseat Dylan? quarter of a second quicker than anyone else so far. Driving that hunking Audi R8. Four rounds left after this one, so they're starting to disappear. Less and less chances for these boys to try and close these gaps up on the front runners, and they won't be wanting Dylan to be getting another pole position here. Not that they can help it if he's too quick. A little bit slower that one, 37.6. Coasting though, so it does look like that has become the end of quali. Most people parked up. Whoa! Manny just put a stomper in, a 1:37.4, throws himself into second. Oh, right behind Dylan as well. Just under 300ths in it. No, he's running slow. Mocking Weeks parked up, so that could be grid order then. Everyone parked up. So it's going to be Dylan on pole, Manny second, Azza third, Mocking Weeks in fourth, Dizzy fifth, Obi-Wan sixth, P1 Don in seventh, P1 Raffo in eighth, P1 Rob in ninth, P1 Rick 2 continue in 10th, P1 Pilgrim in 11th, Ricky J in 12th, and Dodgy in 13th. And the race just about to get underway. Go then, 40-minute race here at Fuji International Speedway. Gr3 class cars, tyre wear and fuel on, damage on heavy as well. Red lights going on, wait for these to drop. We'll see these peel away from the line, hopefully not too much wheel spin. Oh, it's not a great start from Pilgrim. Oh. Pilgrim's been left at the back, and who was it? That was Dodgy that nearly got tangled up in his rear end. Oh! Someone's off. That's Ricky J off through turn one as well. Yeah, looks like he's spun up. So Dylan leads. We'll have a quick flick through the pack because it's all changed now that drivers have got it all wrong. Dylan first, Azza in second, Manny into third, then losing that position off the grid. Mocking in fourth, Don fifth, Obi-Wan in sixth, Rick 2 seventh, Dizzy in eighth. Ooh, Rob S getting a bit tail happy out of the hairpin, loses a position there to Raffo, so Raffo goes through into ninth. Pilgrim 10th, Rob S is going to drop back to 11th unfortunately. Always going for a move up the inside. Ooh, tiny bit of contact there between himself and Raffo. Oh, Pilgrim catching up with those two, but struggling to get the power down. Spins the rears up, but gets through past Rob. So Dodgy almost ploughing into the back of Pilgrim in 12th, and then Ricky J. Oh, Ricky J, the black stuff, mate. Like Ricky J's abandoned this one already. Yeah, he's gone. So Dylan leading then. We've got Azza looking for a toe off him. He's got it as well. Manny just out of that toe range. In the background we've got Don having a go at Mocking Weeks. He's taken that fourth position off Mocking as well. Mocking drops down to fifth now. Again, could be totally different strategies on board. Top six pulled a little bit of a gap then. Top two have pulled a gap from the four behind as well. There is the front runners, Dylan then versus Azza, just 0.5 of a second in it. Both on the soft tyre. Manny, oof. Don getting a little bit wide on the exit of the hairpin, nearly loses the rear end of that Corvette. Himself under pressure from Mocking Weeks here on the run down to this tricky little section. He's gone defensive. Nowhere for Mocking Weeks to go. Oh, a little bit tail happy through there as well for Don. He's got to be careful, don't want to lose the rear end of that thing. Mocking Weeks trying to get past. He's picked up a penalty as well, has Don. That's going to work into Mocking Weeks and Obi-Wan's favour. Oh, Obi-Wan getting it wrong on the exit of that turn as well. Yeah, tricky little corner that one. P1 Dizzy will be able to close that gap up. Oh, Obi-Wan's got it wrong on the exit of the final turn as well. He's definitely going to lose that position now to Dizzy. We've got battle for fourth on again here. We've got Don looking back at Mocking Weeks. Dropping his penalty there though. Manny in front's got a penalty to consider. Needs to drop that and stay in front. Oh, taking the tyre line through there. Manny picks up another little bit of a penalty actually. So Azza still all over the back end of Dylan. Needs to pull the big old gap, 2 seconds over third. Third place for that great big penalty now. He's under pressure from fourth place Mocking Weeks. There's a tiny bit of penalty through there. Don now lost his penalty. He'll be looking to close back up on these two. Dizzy then making that move past Obi-Wan, pulled half a second on him as well. A slight mistake from Obi in that final turn. Looked like he got the turn before it a little bit wrong as well maybe. So Raffo 8th then, he's under a little bit of pressure from Rick 2, but Rick's just got that little complex a bit wrong, so that's going to drop him off the back of Raffo. Got to be careful he doesn't fall into the hands of Pilgrim. Dodgy has lost that fight as well between himself and Pilgrim. Rob S on the medium tyre. You the only driver on the medium tyre, just going to have a slow flick back through. Mocking Weeks has gone super softs on the rear, softs on the front. Interesting choice. He's all over the back end of Manny as well, looking for this third. We're using a bit of bump draft to try and close up on the two in front. Now Mocking Weeks thinks about a move up the inside. While Manny drops his penalty, Mocking just slips through. Don not able to follow him through on that one, so he's got to wait again for another chance. Now it's up to Mocking Weeks to try and chase those two down in front. Still got a penalty to lose as well, Manny. So gap developed between first and second, 1.3 seconds now. Broken the toe then, Dylan. Is that going to allow him to escape? Can Azza do anything about it? Same strategy, exactly the same tyres, etc. Takes a couple of tenths off him through that little complex. So these final turns then, gap still at 1.2 seconds between these two. 2.7 then back to Mocking Weeks. Still got Manny for company, still trying to lose that penalty as well. Don holding on to 5th, another little bit of a gap back to Dizzy then, 1.4 seconds back to him, still dragging Obi-Wan with him in 7th. We're getting a toe down here, will he be able to get this position back? As the Subaru got the legs over the Toyota. Closing up but not enough. So Raffo in 8th, about 2 seconds back from that battle with Obi-Wan. He's got Rick 2 just 2.3 seconds back. Another 2.9 back for Pilgrim in 10th. Oh, getting a bit tail happy with that Mercedes. Dodgy in 11th in another Corvette. And Rob S on those medium tyres in the Jag. Dylan then still holding that lead. up a bit of time during this section last time. Let's see if he does it this time. No, gap still at 1.3. Extends a little bit through there as well. It's all working in Dylan's favour at the minute. Top two then. Manny coming through for third. Mocking Week's got a good run on him this time. They're going to do the bump draft, but he's not. He's chucked himself down the right hand side. He's got his nose in front of Manny as well. Is Manny going to drop his penalty? Drops a little bit of it. Goes for the switchback back up the inside of Mockin, but it doesn't work, so Mockin holds on to that third, then Manny fourth, Don still in the background in fifth, Dizzy and Obi-Wan just having a punch up in the background still. This tricky right-hander down towards this hairpin, and he's still trying to lose that penalty. So the pack's stretching out already. We've got drivers all over the place on track. So Dylan stretches his lead up to 1.7 seconds over Azar. Locking into that third place. We've just watched him get that off of Manny down the start-finish straight. He's still trying to lose that penalty as Manny. Still staying ahead of Don though. Sorry, Dizzy and Obi-Wan just in the background with Raffo trying to catch up with these lot. Big old gap back to Rick, 5 seconds. In 10th then, having a bit of a lonely race at the minute. 5 seconds in front to Rick and 7 seconds back to Dodgy. On those mediums. So nearly a minute down from the race leaders. They've got to stick the mediums on later. He'll have the softs to play with. Gap still yo-yos a little bit between Dylan and Azar up front. Whatever they're doing, they're stretching out from these two. Who've now made a break from Manny. He's dropped himself into the danger zone of Dizzy and Obi-Wan behind him. So Don out of the slipstream range of Manny, but Dizzy and Obi-Wan will be getting a toe down the start-finish straight if they can stay close enough. So Manny's lost his penalty now. He's just 0.4 of a second back from this man Mockin. We're not close enough to get moved up before turn 1, although he's closing up pretty quickly down here. Slingshot's past. Does he hold the move? Does he hold that third? He's got himself past. Mockin Week's just going to allow him to go through. Looks like it. Goes for the switch back up the inside, but the Porsche seems to have the better drive out. Oh, a bit of bumping and a barging between those two, looking for the race line. That has allowed Don to come firing through to take that fourth position off of Mockin. Now looking to close that gap up on third place Manny. Yeah, Dizzy and Obi-Wan ever so slightly closer. These three battling will allow them to close up. Then going defensive, taking that inside line. Don gets a good drive out though. He's looking for a way past, but he can't find one. It's a very tight little bit of section here. Oh, we've got Obi-Wan going for a move up the inside of Dizzy. Dizzy's held it though. Obi-Wan's had to run wide through this turn. Tried to sling one up the inside through that little right-hander, but it didn't work. Got to keep himself in check. You don't want to make a big enough mistake that you lose that slipstream. He is still right behind Dizzy. Got manoeuvres happening in front as well. Don's still in third. Manny's still in fourth. Here goes Obi-Wan then, having a look at Dizzy into turn one. Backs out, lets Dizzy have it. Looks for the tighter line on the way out. It doesn't work out again for him. They're still having a punch up in front. There's Raffo. Raffo can't be far behind now. These boys have had a couple of slow laps, if you like, battling it out. There is Raffo, just 1.3 seconds back. So he'll be quite happy for these boys to have a bit of a punch up. Let's get on board with Raffo, see what it looks like from his perspective. He's not that far back, to be honest. Start to concertina up into these sharp corners. May allow him to grab a 10th here or there. Right, let's go and see what's happening up front. Dylan then, 1.4 second lead still. Tyres looking very similar between Dylan and Hazard. Now, when are they going to come in? They're going to go right at the halfway point. They're going to run a tiny bit longer on the mediums because they can. So Manny holding third still. Don in fourth, but Mocking Weeks all over the back of him. Don closing up on Manny down here, gets the toe, dragging Mocking Weeks with him. Manny's gone to the inside line though, plenty of room given for Don. Mocking Weeks now tucked under his rear wing. Slowly but surely closing up. There is Dizzy and Obi-Wan. Oh! Don spins the rears up through turn two. Off he goes. He's got to try and get himself back up to speed quickly. Ah, he can't. He's got every bit of damage you can possibly think of. So that's a trip to the pits for Don. That's his race pretty much done and dusted. Hopefully he sees other drivers coming. He will be driving slow, so they've got to take that into account as well. Oh, that's put him right out of the fight now then. So we've got a battle kicking off for last. Yes, we have. We've got Rob on the hunt for Pilgrim. Oh, Pilgrim's gone onto the grass. Lucky not to spin the rears up on that Mercedes. He kept it in a straight line though. Let's have a run through then. 1.5, nearly 1.6 second lead for Dylan over Azar. He's doing everything he can to keep that Audi in check, but it's not working. 9 seconds back to Manny in third. So Mocking Weeks for that little mistake from Don just slowed him down enough to allow Dizzy to close up. Dizzy now having a look for that fourth position up the inside. He gets it. Mocking Weeks slots back through, but he's not going to carry enough speed. Obi-Wan bolted onto the back end of this fight as well. Raffo just 1.2 seconds back with a little bit of penalty to lose, but it won't be long before he's in that slipstream range. To 13.3 seconds down. Then into 9th position. Don in the pits, back out, damage repaired, fresh set of softs on. He may well run to the end on those now. Pilgrim in 11th. We've got Rob S still hunting him down for that position. Closing up here as they head down towards turn 1. Close enough again, I don't think. Oh, Pilgrim's gone wide through turn 1. It did look like he was carrying a fair bit of speed through there. Rob S goes through into 11th, then Pilgrim drops down into 12th. Started to pull a bit more time over Azza then has Dylan. Up to 1.7. I did see 1.8. They are a long way ahead of everyone else now. Manny pulled enough of a gap over Dizzy to be out of the slipstream range. Mocking Weeks having a look back at Dizzy here down into turn 1. Side by side, gets a better drive out as well, does Mocking, so he takes that position back off of Dizzy. Now back in the hunt for Manny in front. 1.1 seconds back. Cuts that turn, that might be a penalty for him. There you go, 2 seconds, damn! That's a disgusting penalty, you won't be doing that again, Mocking. That could absolutely ruin his race. I mean, he will be able to drop it off in some of these turns, but he's just got to be careful he doesn't leave himself open to attacks from Dizzy and Obi-Wan behind. And then Raffo, really, you know, 2 seconds is a big old penalty to try and lose. Got to do it in the right place. Any of it yet has Mocking. So race leader comes in the pits, followed by second place. Looks like everyone's coming in at the halfway point. Oh, we are going to get some dummies. Everyone carrying as much speed as possible into the pits as they can. Looks like Rick 2, what are you going to do? Probably going to come in by the looks of it. Carries a fair bit of speed through there, so let's see what the gap is now up front. Only half a tank taken on board by Dylan. Azza, we're not taking on board any fuel, you boys. Maybe you're not taking on board any fuel. Soft again. Do you have to use both compounds in this? I don't know, but Mocking Weeks has got himself back into 3rd position. What's happened to Manny? Oh, Manny's taken on board fuel, hasn't he? No. What's happened to Manny? Why is he all the way down at the back of this pack now? He was in 3rd. Weeks now holding that position. He's managed to drop a little bit of his penalty as well. Still not out of the danger zone with these drivers behind. Obi-Wan having another look at Dizzy for that 4th position. Manny in 6th and Raffo now in 7th. We'll be getting a toe off these boys. Mocking Weeks just about broken that toe. Gap at 1 second, which is about the limit. So he is still pulling away a little bit. Not anymore. Dizzy slowly but surely closing back up. Obi-Wan having a go at him into turn 1 as well. Slings himself past. Up the inside for Obi-Wan, then into 4th. A little bit sideways on the exit. Little purple sector there for Mocking. Let's get ourselves on board with Raffo at the back of this little fight now. Oh. There you go, cutting that turn again. Raff picking up a massive great chunk of penalty. Looks like Manny's done the same thing. 2.5 seconds. Wow. Thought Lasarth was bad for some penalties. This is ridiculous. There's that gap for Mocking Weeks up front. Still trying to lose his penalty as well. Still got 1.3 seconds of that to lose as Mocking. He's got 1.3 seconds over Obi-Wan at the minute. Well out of that slipstream range. Second lead. So the gap up front has come down. Dylan has managed to drag that down to a second. Can he make this second half of the race work in his favour? Purple sectors for Azza as well. Gap back to below a second. Dylan just seems to get those little tenths here and there though from Azza. Still at a second. 1.2. Holding that third, then still got that little bit of a penalty to lose. He's got plenty of time between himself and Obi-Wan now. Obi-Wan got a little bit of a gap between himself and Dizzy. Dizzy under pressure from Manny for that fifth. Obi-Wan not getting a great run out of that turn though. Put himself back under pressure from Dizzy and Manny. Penalties to lose though for Manny. Is he having a look back at Obi-Wan for that fourth? Manny's having a think about it as well, trying to drop his penalty on the run into turn one. Keeps himself in check with these two. Dizzy does slot himself through into fourth. Obi-Wan into fifth now then. Manny in sixth, Raffo seventh. Nobody able to catch the front runners. Gap back up to 1.3 between first and second. Now 11.7 seconds back to Mocking, still holding that penalty. Dizzy in fourth, then Obi-Wan fifth, Manny in sixth, Raffo seventh, 13 seconds back to Don in eighth, so getting it wrong. Spinning it into the wall for Don, unfortunately. Rick 2 in 9th, Dodgy in 10th, Rob S in the pits, so getting rid of those mediums now. He has just lost that place to, has he? Yes. Got drivers ghosting out. So, why are you ghosting out so much, Pilgrim? Rob S having a look up the inside into turn 2. Through he goes. Pilgrim back down into 12th then. Looks like Pilgrim might be sitting the end of this race out. He's in ghost mode, which means he's pressed the start button. So Dylan pulls another couple of tenths. Who's that that's just swapped positions? But look at the gap between Dizzy and Obi now, 1.3 seconds. Dizzy starting to close that gap up on Mocking Weeks as well, 0.9. Mocking still got a penalty to drop as well. gap is coming down between himself and Dizzy. Stretches back up to a second through there. But how long will a set of super softs last? Will they carry him till the end of the race? Dizzy's gone for the super softs as well, has he? Okay, Obi-Wan's gone for the softs. He's under pressure from Manny for that position though. Also on the soft tyre. Dukes, evening brother, how are you? Raffo's 7th, still picking up penalties unfortunately. Raffo, he's had to drop all those, so now he's fallen off the back of that fight. Obi-Wan in the meantime. Under pressure here from Manny, side by side as they run up to turn 1. And he looks like he's carrying more speed. Looks like he's about dropped his penalty as well. There it is, gone. Into 5th then for Manny, 6th for Obi-Wan. Been a real good battle for the 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th positions for the first half of the race. Gaps have developed in the second half, unfortunately. Dylan has decided he's going to actually give it full throttle now, so he's managed to pull 2.1 seconds over Azza. Both of these drivers closing up on P1 Pilgrim. Can Azza do anything about it? 10 minutes remaining, just over. So Mocking Week still holding that penalty. Dizzy brought that gap down to 0.8 of a second. Both on the super soft tyre. So Dizzy needs a good run out of here to get a toe on Mocking down this start finish straight. And he does. Gets it down to 0.7. He's getting a toe. Obviously he'll close up, but not anywhere near close enough to make a move into turn 1. Hard on the brakes then into this turn 1. Mocking holds on to 3rd. Doesn't lose any of his penalty through there either. That does bring Dizzy even closer. To turn 2 then. A couple of penalties been picked up here. Drivers cutting that turn. Oh, Mocking Week's running a bit wide through there as well. Not sure if you pick up a penalty for the wide, but you do if you cut the apex off. Dizzy keeping himself right in check with that Subaru. Mitsubishi, it's not Subaru. Come on, Azza with the Cosmic. He's done it. He's done it. Dylan has made some kind of dreadful, terrible, disgusting, horrible mistake. And he's allowed the pink and purple monster to come through. Almost contact between them as they were both looking for that apex. Azza holds the line though, holds that first place. He's got 0.3 of a second over Dylan. Is that going to be enough to keep it into first down into turn 1? Dylan closes up now. Are we going to see Azza go defensive here? Doesn't look like he is. Looks like Dylan's going to go for a move up the inside. Backs out. Azza perfect on the brakes, catches the apex nicely. So he did have about 2.1 second lead, Dylan. Obviously Duco showing up in the chat as G'd up Azza Timberlake. The old cosmic karting. I'm surprised you two don't know each other, Dukes. I'm sure Azza's probably been to Tattershall. So still under pressure here from Dylan though on the run down towards this hairpin. Is Dylan going to go for this? No, he's not. He just wants to stick with Dylan. Just wants to stick with Azza onto that start finish straight again. Can't even see his car. He's so close to Azza here. tail happy for Azar. Oof, not a great run out for Az. He spins the rears up a little bit. Could see the move here. It's only 1/4 of a second now. Already going to go for the move. Is he? Yes, he is. Carries the speed side by side as they head down into turn 1 then. Both braking at the same time, but Dylan takes that position. Can Azza do anything about it? Not on the exit yet. Lewis, evening brother. How are you, mate? Carter's all over the place. Just giving a shout out to Azza's Cosmic livery. Lewis, Duco, Lewis. Both Carters. Azza will want that top spot back. Both drivers running it wide on the exit of the hairpin. Soft tyres starting to give out a little bit. Just 6 minutes remaining in this race. Mocking Week still holding that third, but by the skin of his teeth. Dizzy all over the back of him. Still got a penalty to lose as well, Mocking. If he crosses the line with that, that's the position to Dizzy for sure. He's not giving Mocking an inch really. He's not giving him any chance to lose that penalty, keeping the pressure on him. So Manny 5th, Obi-Wan now 2 seconds back. Under pressure here from Raffo. Raffo's just been quietly plugging away, doing lap after lap after lap, closing up on these boys. Don still holding that 8th after spinning it off in turn 2. Unfortunately 14, nearly 15 seconds down from 7th place Raffo and 11.7 in front of Rick 2. Rick 2 also got a great big gap over Dodgy, 34.3 seconds. Another 8.5 back to Rob. And yeah, it did look like Pilgrim was going to sit this race out. And here he is in the pits. So just under 5 minutes remaining. Dylan back into the lead of this race. Azza having a brief spell, but Dylan taking that straight back off him. Dizzy got past Mockin, lost his penalty at long last. Mockin. 4.5 minutes remaining. Can he gain that position back off of Dizzy? There's Manny in 5th. There's Raffo's got himself past Obi-Wan as well here. Obi-Wan won't be impressed with that. He'll want the position back off of Raffo. Sideways out of that little complex for the Peugeot. Can Obi-Wan stick with him and get a good run down this start-finish straight? Gets himself in the slipstream. What is he? 0.3 of a second back and closing. Raffo's right in the middle of the circuit. Obi-Wan closing up on him. Are they going to work together or is he going to go for the move? He's going to go for the move into turn 1. Takes that position back off of Raffo then. Back into 6th for Obi. Raffo not giving up though, right on him. It's a slightly tighter line through there. Keeps Obi-Wan in check on the run down to this hairpin. Oh, spins the wheels up though. Not completely out of this fight yet, just 0.6 of a second back. 2.5 minutes remaining. Let's get ourselves up front. So Dylan Azar still at it, just 1.4 seconds. Oh, Azar's picked up a penalty. That might hurt his attack on Dylan. They are only going to see 2 more laps. He's got that penalty to lose as well. Dizzy into that 3rd position though, mocking Weeks all over the back of him. Just half a second back, not close enough I don't think before turn 1, although I say that. There he is, getting a damn good toe down there. Flipping heck. Missiles his way past Dizzy. Runs deep though, runs a little bit deep, carries a bit too much speed through turn 1. But now gains that 1.2 seconds over Dizzy, out of the slipstream range for this last couple of laps. Manny 5th, then Obi-Wan back into 6th, but Raffo hunting him down for that position in 7th. Still got a little bit of a penalty to lose as well, Raffo. Don 8th. Don't think he's going to make anything else of this race. Rick in 9th, Dodgy in 10th, Rob S in 11th. Unfortunately, he's picked up a little bit of a penalty as well. Pilgrim still sitting this one out. Oh, gap come down then. Azar and Dylan. Gap of 0.7. Still got that penalty to lose, Dylan. Sorry, Azar. He's got to try and keep himself in touch. He's driving this thing as hard as he can. He just loses it around those last couple of turns. Unfortunately, that's given Dylan enough of a lead at the minute. Just 30 seconds left on the race clock. This will become last lap then as they cross the line. And Azar nowhere near close enough to go for a move here into turn 1. A couple of other opportunities, but he's got to get that time back first. Gap down to 0.8. 10 seconds remaining on the race timer. This man that crosses the line first, 2 seconds remaining. So Don is going to come home to take 8th position. Losing a penalty by the looks of it, maybe. Rick 2 is going to come home for 9th. There's Dodgy, but I think Dodgy's under a bit of pressure at the minute. I think he's got the race leaders coming through. We'll stick with these 2 then, as they are pretty close still. Still not close enough though for Azar to make a move here. Dylan just keeping that Audi. Oh, I say that, it goes a little bit sideways out of that penultimate turn. Gap down at 0.8, but it's not going to be enough to use the toe down this start finish straight for Dylan, for Azar, apologies. Another win here for Dylan then. Another pole position. Didn't get fastest lap this time. Azar takes 2nd. Mocking Weeks comes home for 3rd position. Oh, Dizzy's got it wrong. So Mocking comes home for 3rd. Manny is going to take 4th, but only just. Dizzy is right behind him for that position. So Dizzy got it wrong right near the end. Obi-Wan takes 6th. Raffo takes 7th, Don takes 8th, Rick 2 in 9th, Dodgy 10th, Rob S in 11th, and Pilgrim takes 12th. Unfortunately, we lost Ricky J in about turn 2. I don't know, I just saw him get pinned off track, or I saw him off track. I don't know whether there was any contact. And that was that. He was gone. So there it is, round 3 done and dusted. Some good racing in that one. Real good battle between Dylan and Azar. Just nothing Azar could do though. Did manage to get in front with a little bit of a mistake from Dylan. But Dylan just bided his time. Bode his time. I don't know. And kept himself in check. Got him back at the start, finished straight in there. That's where he stayed. Good attempt by Azar, but unfortunately not enough this week. So another win on the cards for Dylan. It's going to push him even further out the front in the championship. 4 more rounds left after this one. So make sure you stick around, same time, same place next week. I myself am back tomorrow night at 8:30 with the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. And then Wednesday night, 8:30 as well for the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. Friday night, 9 o'clock for MRC's GTTCC. And then 9 o'clock again Sunday for round 4 of this. So come and say hello. So that's about it. No problem, Obi-Wan. No problem, Manny. That's about it from me. So if you fancy helping my channel out, there's a couple of ways you can do it. Get yourself over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker. Drop donations on there if you want. But again, I'd much rather, I might just ditch that off. I'd much rather you actually sent me an email at dartsmoker@googlemail.com, and for the same price as a donation on Buy Me a Coffee, you can get a pair of stickers for the same price. So hit me up if you want any of those, dartsmoker@googlemail.com. T-shirts as well, £22 plus free postage and 1 free sticker. Let me know. Yeah, other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dartsmoker. I'm out of here.